Hello.
Yes.
Hey, Ms. Rice.
Hi, Kendra.
Okay, so welcome everybody to my podcast. This is your host, Kendra Matthews, and tonight we have a special guest, Ms. Rice. So, first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share your bio and then begin asking you the questions, okay?
Okay, huh?
Okay. So her name is Rebekah Rice. She is 44 years old. She is a born again believer in Christ. She was raised in a Christian home all of her life and attended a Christian schools all the way through college. She is a teacher in Virginia. She used to teach in Milwaukee for 5 years, which is how she know me. She was my volleyball coach. She is also a volleyball coach and a volleyball referee. She is currently teaching math at a public school in Virginia. So everybody, let's give it up for Miss Rebekah Rice.
Whoop whoop.
Okay, Miss Rice. So we are going to get ready with the 5 questions. You ready for question number one?
Yes, I'm ready for question number one.
Okay. So, have you experienced bullying? If so, share with us your personal experience.
Yes, I have. Not so much in my adult life, but when I was a child, I think it started when I was in seventh grade because I used to live in Memphis, Tennessee. And then when the summer between my sixth grade and seventh grade year, we moved to Wisconsin. And so, as stated, I went to a Christian school, and I think that's probably when it started. Um, when I was in seventh grade, I was the new kid. I wasn't different, but I was the new kid, and I had a boy, well, probably maybe three boys, but at that time, seventh grade was like one boy. His name was Ruben, and my teacher always stuck him either in front of me or behind me. So if he was in front of me, he would take his desk. So we had desks that had like attached to the chairs back in the 90s. He would take his desk and ram it into mine if he was in front of me. And if he was behind me, he'd just ram it into my desk. And he always wore cowboy boots. I don't know why. We were in the north. I don't know why he wore cowboy boots. But they're sharp. And if he was in front of me, he would, on purpose, step on my feet. Or he would take his boots and kick me in the shins.
Oh my God.
You know that hurts?
Right.
Yeah. And I was always dumbfounded as why teachers and administration never did anything. Because one day in that seventh grade year, I opened up my desk because we had desks that flipped open and found a big picture. Didn't even look like me, but it said Big Bertha on it. I cried because that hurt my feelings. And I took that picture and I showed it to my teacher and I told him who did it. He didn't do anything. Nothing.
Oh, wow.
Not a lick. And I asked my teacher, please do not, when you do your seating charts, please do not put this boy anywhere near me.
Right.
And you know what he did?
What?
Put him near me. He was always in front of me or always behind me.
Oh, wow.
For no reason.
That is insane.
And the funny thing is, at the end of the year, you get your yearbooks, right?
Mm-hmm.
He wrote in my yearbook, I'm sorry for being mean.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So he knew what he was doing.
Oh, he knew.
Oh,
And he did it on purpose.
wow.
That was just like the start. I was never picked on. I was never bullied when I was in Memphis. Probably because we all went to school since we were babies.
Yeah.
And then after 6th grade, he left. Now I'm the new kid. So I get made fun of because I'm the bigger kid. I have hairy arms. I can't help that.
Yeah. Some things you
um,
can change.
yeah, so that was the start. And I thought maybe because he was only there for 1 year, it would go away in 8th grade. No, there were other boys who picked up the slack. It was always boys.
Wow. That
Yeah,
is
but
crazy.
they weren't as ruthless as he was, but still, I mean, you're calling me fat or you're saying stuff under your breath
Yeah,
or it's
that
the
go
way
right.
you or even way you treat me
Yeah.
as a person.
Yep, that go right into question two. It say, were you verbally bullied or physically bullied?
Oh, you want to count kicking the shins?
Yep, that was verbal.
Um, when I got to 9th grade, the boy that picked up the slack in 8th grade, his name was Brad. When I got to 9th grade, I was at the high school, my Christian high school, and he like take my books, like if I was walking, and smack my books out of my hands, hit the floor, call me names. That like it went all the way. He left after my freshman year. I don't remember much of my sophomore year. Oh, but the girls started my junior year, and I had another boy.
So, like, what was. Okay, so you did say it was a guy with the boots. He called you Big Bertha. But,
Mm-hmm.
like, as you was, like, going to different grade levels, like, what was. Was it, like, any other names being called? Or, like, the rest was, like, physical
They
bullying?
were just with the boys. They were just basically toward like what my weight,
Okay.
and the mean ones kind of trickled out after 9th grade. They kind of left the school. I didn't hear from them.
Mm-hmm.
So my sophomore year was actually, I think, pretty cool. I didn't feel like I was picked on until my junior year. Another boy came into the school, and he thought just trying to be verbally mean.
Yeah, so what were some of the things he was saying? Do you remember?
I'm 44 years old. I remember how I felt.
Okay.
I remember how I felt. I know I'm sitting in a science class, and I know he said something. I was also sitting in it. I don't remember what he said because it was just so long ago.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that. And then we were sitting in an English class, and I know he said something in there, but I do want to honor another boy in my class who is a pastor today. He stood up for me, and he came to me after Dan, the mean one, said something or wrote something. I think he wrote something maybe. And he said, "I'm going to apologize for him. I'm sorry he treated you like that." I'll never forget that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was sincere. Okay, so where did your bullying take place?
At school.
Okay.
It was all at school.
Okay.
I was never picked on at home.
So mainly
I
it.
don't want to put out my dad. Because I love my dad.
Yeah.
He wasn't always the nicest.
Mm-hmm.
He could be mean verbally.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to put out his name, but sometimes he said, "This is why you don't have friends."
Oh, words like that. Yeah.
Yeah, like certain phrases he nitpick. He
Yeah.
always had an anger problem, and he always took it out on us.
Yeah, so it really was like, well, it wasn't you, but probably like he reflecting his feelings towards you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like when they're working a lot and they're stressed out and they really don't know how have any outlet.
Yeah.
So
Okay, and then question four says, what were some of the negative words that people would say about you? But you, uh,
Okay.
I mean, you said, oh, but you said some of the key words though. You were like,
Yeah.
they said like fat or Big Bertha or
They were all just basically about my weight.
yeah,
Or like if I had a crush or something like that. The girls were not that great either. Girls can be very mean.
yeah, they can.
So I had a crush. I had a crush on my basketball coach slash softball coach my junior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the type of person that wears my feelings and emotions on my sleeve, so everybody knew who it was. And I was very naive. So the girls thought it was smart and funny and cool. Because back then we did like these Valentine things where you could buy cards and have singing Valentines. Because it's a very small school.
Uh-huh.
They went and bought a Valentine's card and signed it from him. Like he was crushing on me back. But that was a total lie just to make me feel bad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so question number 5. What helped you overcome those bullying experiences?
I think growing up. And I think just because even though I did go to a Christian school, I think figuring out who I was, I couldn't do that in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I did have some fear because my high school is attached to my college. So I did have some fear going into college. Am I going to have all this? So I think college was allowed me to figure out who I am and let me to pick the people I wanted to be around.
Mm-hmm.
And also I went to a Christian college, so being in Bible classes and learning more about God and just being exposed to all my spiritual beliefs and studying the Bible, actually I really think just kind of helped me put all that behind me and
Yeah.
just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's just no reason. Because I know people want to hold on to things and just hold grudges and keep them their whole life, but there's no reason to hold on to it. It just makes you a
Right.
miserable human being.
Yeah. Yeah, because really, I mean, if we don't forgive that person, it's killing us. The person moved on with their life. We just sitting there holding on.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't really care one way or the other. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of you. Am I going to hold on to this? Or am I just going to forgive him and just let it go and move forward?
Yeah. That's right. Well, before we conclude this interview, is it any advice you would like to give anybody out there who may have experienced bullying like you did or experienced any type of bullying experience? What would you say to them?
I know what I'm about to say is going to be very hard for some people. Because growing up as an adult now, looking back, if I would have told my younger self, don't take it personally. Because it's not about you. They have people who are mean and bullying toward each other. They are going through something. They have issues they need to deal with. And if they could manage to deal with them and understand what their actions are causing, it's not really about you. Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss Rice, for joining in with us tonight. And this is the first episode of 2024. So thank you for being my first guest in this new year.
No problem, Kendra.
All right, Miss Rice. Continue to be great and Thank you again for keeping in touch, y'all. Give it up for my volleyball coach, Miss Rice.
Whoop whoop.
All right, Miss Rice. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.